I'm just spitting. Yeah, I'm just spitting. I'm just spitting. This shit have been on my mind for quite some time. I gotta put the shit on the line. I'm just spitting. Yeah, I'm just spitting.
Welcome back, all the way to hell back
Welcome
to
back,
yet
baby.
another.
Go vote.
It ain't even a whole episode. Just a quick talk.
Quick talk, man.
About-
Important talk.
Yeah, a quick talk about how important it is, man, for y'all to go vote. If you haven't already, please put it on your calendar. Make it fit into your schedule.
I thought you were gonna say "Make America Great Again."
Nah.
So, shit.
Make it fit into your schedule.
Should I put it out Monday or Tuesday?
Either.
Monday.
All right, tomorrow, go vote. Go vote tomorrow.
Today. Yeah, tomorrow. Go vote.
Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Just say Tuesday. Go vote. November 5th.
Yeah.
Super
That's
important day, man. But yeah, make
Tomorrow.
sure you fit it into your calendar.
Yeah.
Make it work into your schedule.
You gotta play Rocco tomorrow on the slide.
Send it to me.
All right.
But
I don't even know that. So.
yeah, go vote.
When I hear it, I will. Yeah, man.
Like the real importance of this one is it's next level. It's always important to vote, especially on a local level, but this one for the presidential is pretty serious. I mean, we've seen what Donald Trump is capable of. We've seen what he has done, but I think he got a few friends backing him on this one,
Just like he did last time.
Yeah, but I think
they're different friends this time.
Yeah, that Project 2025 is a little bit different situation.
Yeah, but people still down for it.
We should have had a guest that's voting for Trump.
Like, we can still do that. We ain't got to do it like today.
That's voted for him.
Yeah.
And he lost. Yeah, I don't like this.
Last week.
I don't like to hear. Yeah.
And that's crazy. In a week, we'll know.
Yeah. Shit. In 3 days. Really?
Yeah.
Nah, they going to carry it
Like,
on.
Oh yeah, this gonna be one of them. All the shits ain't counted,
But
this county, and
unless it's a landslide.
But I'm gonna tell you what usually happens. The Republican states usually report first, so it just looked like they took off. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Then when that happens, and then when the Democratic states or the states that the Democrats usually win start to report their numbers, and then it starts to close down, then that's when you're gonna see him say, "Oh, they cheating me, they stealing, they hiding the votes."
But you remember when he went against Hillary, she was out front.
Yeah.
I went to bed thinking, "Oh, this shit over with,"
Yeah.
and I woke up
Me
to
too.
a whole new world.
Yeah,
Ladding out this thing exactly. Yeah. But I also think like a lot of Democratic areas are high metropolis areas, so it takes a lot longer to consolidate
absolutely.
and count those votes than where you got this rural town with 500 people. You count that in the afternoon.
Bro, did
You
you
know who they
see?
voted for?
All day and
Did you
night.
see? Did you see that they were trying to push here in Atlanta, well, in the state of Georgia, doing the counting the ballots by hand?
So I was actually thinking about this the other day, and I'm like, it honestly, as crazy that probably is, it's probably the best way to do it.
I think as a backup, but I think you compare, like you run them through a machine and possibly compare the numbers. I was like, but like counting them Joan by hand, like these people are volunteers.
But technology, once you put technology software, that shit can be interrupted. They got hackers, they got people inside. Like, you just never know that
They
somebody's
burned up. Y'all saw they burned up the ballot box.
Yeah, a few of them.
How the fuck you like?
Well,
How do they?
I don't think they should.
Well,
I don't like
those or-
ballot
Well,
boxes.
so-
They told the people that submitted theirs that they had to come back and revote.
Like, and basically all you got to do is look at, because you have to, like, to get a mail-in ballot, they have to register you as a mail-in ballot.
Okay.
So they can look in the system and see who asked for it, and then compare it with the people who came saying, "Hey, I put
To
mine
me,
in that box."
I was like, that's a lot of work, but it's probably not.
Yeah, not as much as you would think.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work, but is it worth it?
They probably got a system though, like that. Just
Is it worth it though? That's the thing.
for sure.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like,
Yeah.
if it's one thing that we could take whatever time it take to do, it might be that.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think even with this presidential race being as important as it is, I think it's just important to vote, period. Like we were saying, like I was saying a little bit earlier, locally, like voting for your people who are on your city council, vote for the people who sit on your state senate, your state, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that makes a huge difference. But just voting, like, if you're like us, if you're of African American descent, I think it's huge to vote, man, because more than likely, your people at some point didn't have an opportunity to do so. And even when they were given an opportunity to do so, they had to pay money to do it. And sometimes it came down to people either buying food for their families or paying to vote.
What do you say to the person who's a devil's advocate? It's like, it's stuff out there that I wasn't allowed to do, but I never really wanted to do.
Like what?
Like, I mean, I'm using the instance of voting. Like, I don't really, like, growing up, to me, I was like, bro, no matter what I vote or what we vote, it don't matter. I just got to deal with, like, what do you tell that person about the right to vote?
So why not exercise your right to vote and put somebody in place who actually thinks similar to you, or somebody who actually cares enough about the community that you possibly live in to want to take care of you,
or open to hearing your opinion.
Exactly. I'm gonna give you a prime example of it, man. When it was a lady that was on the Fulton County City Council, I think. Mm-hmm. The lady wouldn't vote to put street lights in neighborhoods in South Fulton, but she was funneling all this money into Alpharetta.
Yeah.
That alone, in my opinion, that alone should be enough for you to say, let me go make sure the people who we putting in these positions actually have my best interests at heart.
Yeah.
Because my kid can't be outside after like damn near when the sun going down, but shit, they didn't put an ice skating, they didn't built another hockey team rink, ice rink in Alpharetta.
Yeah.
Street lights.
It's gonna generate more money.
Hockey rink, huh?
But it's also about who does that person actually care about?
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Because if they cared about the kids that need the street lights, then we're going to put the street lights and we'll put a hockey rink down there or a field or whatever. But I really just wanted you to give that so the person that is on that side understands how important their voice actually can be. It's not just, man, I might have to deal with these taxes no matter what. Your voice could be the difference, the change in your local area, as well as helping form the community of the United States of America that you want.
Hey,
right.
I prefer them over the motherfuckers who have everything to say, but don't vote. Motherfuckers be Trump this, Trump that, Trump that. Like, okay, oh shit, I don't vote. Shut the fuck up, then. What are you talking about?
Has any of them ever told you why they don't?
Nah. So, I got a partner who do that. Shout out to you. You know who you are. He a Trump supporter, but he'll say he won't. He say he not, but everything he say he's like lines up. But he don't vote. So I'm like, bro, I'm not even gonna
grab women by the pussy.
No.
Oh.
None of my friends grab women by their vaginas.
Oh. I mean, you said he supported Trump. I thought you meant he say everything that Trump said. Just checking.
We don't do
the company you keep.
We don't do that. No.
Now
we're a little off sometimes, but we don't do that kind of stuff.
Good, brother.
But he don't vote, so it's like there's no need of having this argument. Cameron, he do the same shit.
Yeah,
he Trump this, Trump that, and I don't vote because I just feel like I'm gonna be straight regardless, and that shit don't affect me. And all right, well, shut the fuck up then.
Do you feel like people that aren't involved in something should have an opinion?
Mm-hmm. Like what?
So you think about fans of sports. They not involved in the shit. They don't make a difference.
That's who I'm rooting for.
But I'm saying,
I stress out.
You shouldn't have no opinion.
I stress out about games.
You shouldn't have no opinion.
Why not? I buy merch. I done been to games.
Hey, your partner can have a Make America Great
hat. Get the fuck out of here.
He can have a shirt too, but don't vote. All I'm saying is I feel like everybody can have an opinion. Don't put these opinions
on other people to encourage them to do some shit that you're not even doing. That's what I'm saying.
I can understand it, but to me, I feel like everybody has a voice and you can use it. everybody should have. They also have their own mind as well.
You're right, exactly about what you're saying. But shut the fuck up. That's all.
I don't hate it either.
Yeah, I do.
No, I'm saying I don't hate shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think one of the biggest things I think since he has run for president the first time is, and it's one of the good things in my opinion, we've seen who the closet racists were. Those people who we like, you probably wouldn't even you probably wouldn't even thought that about them. And I think it brought them to a place where they felt comfortable. Like, yeah, he's one of us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it made them open with their comments, with their thoughts, and I can appreciate that. I would much rather know who I'm dealing with in situations than not know. You know what I'm saying?
I really try not to think like that, bro. It's so hard to separate like Trump and racism. Like I don't want to know you voting for Trump and automatically think you racist. Like I struggle with that.
It's funny. Our neighbor, we only talked to two neighbors, and one of them that we talked to, he came out and put the Trump sign in the front. He got a light that flashes up so at night you can see it. I'm just like, make sure that I dissociate the fact that it's not racism. You just have policies that you feel like are going to help you.
That's what I struggle with. Yeah. Because it's like,
because of the
how
rhetoric.
the fuck are you not a racist? Like,
yeah, I don't struggle with it. That's what I lean towards. That's my thought.
He could fucking help Wallace with everything, love him just as a human being, but like you said, just certain policies, sometimes how you grow up. You know, some shit, it's like a religion to some people. Shit, I'm just Republican regardless. I'm just Democratic regardless. You know what I mean? So some people just stuck in that.
And honestly,
maybe it's that.
And maybe I'm a little skewed because I work in an industry where you're going to run into a lot of Trump supporters, but they're still good people to me on a day-to-day basis. They're business focused. So it's more so like, well, how can it help my business more than how does it trickle down to my children or the environment, society? It's like, how can my business survive and thrive?
Their whole thing is forget what he's saying. Forget the stuff he's saying. Think about the policies going. Shut up. How can I forget?
It's really, really tough, especially with this one, because he literally. I don't know if you guys have seen anything that he said, but I haven't seen where he's given a specific policy on anything.
So that's why I stand where I stand, because I haven't seen him say anything. Yeah. Like the fact about
he said
insurance, we'll have one. We're gonna create one.
Yeah.
Okay. It's honestly been 8 years since you first were in, and we still don't have one. So to me, I'm like, what are you actually doing? Besides, we know that the upper class is gonna have a tax break. That don't help me at all.
Right.
Don't help me.
The thing that they're trying to put into place as an insurance policy for them is younger people will pay less, older people will pay more, because older people have more problems. And it's like,
so that's
backwards, goddamn.
But
I mean, honestly, what do y'all think about like even costs across the board?
I'm okay with it.
I am too, because to me, like, older people ideally should have had more time to have accrued more money, but also they have more responsibilities and liabilities out there. So now you're telling them you got to pay more just because you're older, and these younger people can't pay more because they ain't got no money built up.
Right.
So like, why not try to make it as even as possible across the board to make sure we take care of everybody as best we can across the board?
Honestly, at this day and age, in this country, in this country, how. Like, we really shouldn't even have to pay for healthcare. Not at this point.
Healthcare.
Like, it's too many other countries that have shown that it can be done, and it's ways to do it.
But are those countries as capitalistic as America?
And that's the problem. Like, everything here is about making money, right? Sure. And if you aren't trying to make money, that makes you a communist. That makes you like you like.
But isn't Canada thriving though?
Exactly.
So I was about to say that's usually the perfect example.
They're not thriving in the way that America's trends to want to thrive. So we're healthy, we're good, but we want $1 billion in the bank.
Yeah.
Canadians, I got my 100,000, my 500,000. I'm cool.
And I'm fine. My neighbors are fine.
All of them got a cabin.
Yeah,
everybody in Canada got a cabin somewhere. I was like, so y'all going to the cabin this weekend? Y'all going to the cabin? Can I come?
Yeah. Can I get a cabin?
Bro, and it's like,
get a cabin.
And the thing is, it's like, we are so, like, we're focused on class here.
Yeah.
Like, if we all pay the same thing or don't pay anything at all, how do we separate me being better than you? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a big thing for a lot of people here. Classism. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Real. Like, they talk about it when they were talking about forgiving the student loans. I paid my student loans. Congratulations. A lot of people did. So why not give somebody else the opportunity to not and get a good head start on life?
You know what it felt like to have to do it.
And who can't.
That's what I'm saying.
Bro.
You know what it felt like to have to pay that $700 right out of school for the next 10 years.
Exactly. So
why not help the person that's behind you, even if they're not related to you? Let's help us all.
Like, and the thing is, you may have come from a much better situation where somebody was helping you after you paid your $700 a month. They was giving you your $700 back. Yeah. Somebody paying $700 a month, and it's food that ain't getting got, bills that ain't being paid. Like, let me skip my power bill
Cars
this month.
In.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the class situation is big for that political party. Them feeling like this is what separates us. This is why they live over there. This is why we live over here.
Over here.
Like, this is we can't all see the same doctors. Why? Because I got more money than you.
Yeah.
Why would I go see the same doctors you see? And I've worked this hard to maintain what was given to me probably by somebody else.
Or the vision by somebody else. Because I think about a lot of times, like, seeing is believing. Like, if you grew up and you saw this type of person that looked like you, reflected you, having the opportunity, you grew up believing that could be you. But it's a whole society that people that they look at that and they're like, that can't be me. So what you're saying is you don't want them to have the opportunity to have that option because you grew up believing that was the track. They didn't.
And what's crazy is it could have, for them, it's like, I saw my dad do it. I saw my uncle do it. I saw my granddad do it. I saw all these people do it that was close to me. Like, meanwhile, and it's kind of like that when this kind of takes us off track, but it's kind of like that with the judicial system. Like, we see judges who don't give time to people who resemble people who look like them because they like, that could be my nephew.
That could be my son.
That could be my son.
Yeah.
So why would I give him 50 years when all he needs is another chance?
It's this movie with Robert Downey Jr. It's called The Judge. And the judge is his father who gave leniency to this young man who was like 19. He had beat this girl, let him get out. And then like 6 months later, he went back and killed the girl. Well, at the end of the movie, the son, Robert Downey Jr., questioning his father. He was like, I did that because I saw you. I saw you fucking up. I saw you doing all these things, but I wanted you to make sure you had a second chance. And I saw that man in you. Well, that's not an abnormal thing.
It's not. Yeah.
People, it has been throughout the test of time that people see themselves in that position and want to help.
So let me ask and kind of say this. Have you seen within our community where it can be the opposite? Like, this is just my opinion. I've seen where we want the book thrown at our own people. And I've seen that like right now, like, not saying like I ain't got no dog in the fight with Diddy, right?
Yeah.
But our community, like, man, I need to be locked up. I'll never let him back out. It's
certain things though we don't let fly.
Yeah.
So when it comes to women and the youth, we have trouble just like let's find some leniency. So until he's shown, in my opinion, that he wasn't what people believe he is right now towards women for an extended period of time, then he's probably gonna get that. But like, let's say it was a young man who did something stupid, not necessarily murder, but just broke into a store. Now we trying to give this man, this 18-year-old, 20 years
And
let's come on. Hey, he needs a mentor.
But yeah. I'm right there with you. But I've also seen our community be like, man, he ain't gonna do nothing but do it again. Man, he might well go and get in them 20 years. Like I've seen that.
But think about OJ. Everything in the world was starting to point to it, but we didn't want to hear that. We didn't want to see ourselves, our hero, going in, thrown in jail for life, even though it appeared that everything was pointing to it that he did it. We didn't want to hear none of that shit.
So I think that was. I think honestly, I feel like that was a different time, bro. I feel like
I can hear that.
I feel like the 80s and the 90s, the 70s, 80s, and the 90s, we were a different community.
I can hear that.
I feel like
you could tell us about it too.
I feel like once we got into the 2000s and later, I feel like it became
more individualistic.
Yeah, and also the classism started to slip into our community as well.
Gotta look that up.
What?
Individualistic.
Oh, I think we start to see. I think we started to see the classism affect our community. I think we saw it before then, but I don't think it was as prevalent and bright.
I can hear that because over the last, let's say 20, 30 years, we've gotten more opportunities than the last 400 years right. on this plot of land right here. So yeah, there has been some separation created, and we are adapting to the standards of society that we exist in. So yeah, the classism I do feel like is showing itself more in our community.
So everybody in the African American or Black, however you want to title it, that community stood behind OJ because we just stood behind our folks,
and we didn't see ourselves having opportunities to be heroes beyond.
So now,
the athlete then.
So now, when those celebrities or influencers or whoever get in trouble, then it's like, man, they've been rich all this time. Like it's almost like we're angry or frustrated with the people because we think of them having a silver spoon. Chances are they didn't. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them that didn't.
Especially us.
Yeah. So like
we're not in that generational stage of where we had generations that have had silver
exactly.
spoons.
So when we see them having, and then a group of people who don't have or the have-nots, right? Then that group sometimes it feels like, yeah, like you should have did better. You know what I'm saying? Again, still human.
Yeah. Still
making mistakes, and especially with younger people, still growing. Brain ain't even finished growing.
Yeah.
Like, so I feel like we don't stand behind or give that, like, let's give them another chance. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, on the other side, like, these people like, nah, I just don't think he did it.
Chance after chance after chance after chance after chance.
Man, what? And everything is saying, like we was talking about earlier, Epstein. Bro, like everything said that man did it.
So it was written down.
You never heard that community just come out like, we need to burn him at the stake.
That's crazy. And you know Trump was like, that was buddy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he was like, hey, that's my guy. They was chummy in the pictures. With a 10-year-old standing in the middle.
Nigga said I wasn't a big fan of his.
Right.
Okay. We couldn't tell, motherfucker.
At all, G. But
hey, Bernie, to kind of pull you into this, like, if you stand on the side
who you voted for? No,
if you stand on the side of Kamala, Kamala. So you know what?
About to get him right.
You know what? It blew me. I said it at work because everybody at the office says
Kamala. Oh, they say Kamala? Okay.
No, they say
Kamala.
Yeah, they say Kamala. And I'm like, that shit is fucked up. What if I came in here and told you your name was something else just because I felt like, and then I fucking said to myself.
No, I mean, because you hear it so much.
I'm sorry.
You hear it so much. It's shit. Yeah.
But what about where Kamala stands is attractive to you if it is?
First and foremost, I'm not one of them people that run away from the obvious. Black woman, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Second thing, what Byron said, I got to find somebody that can relate to me and my family, my community, my well-being. right? So the policies that she have in place for those things, I feel, helps me. Whether, some people, it ain't gonna matter whether or not, well, she's saying it and it's affecting me in the correct way. And everything the other guy's saying, not really, don't fit me. So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Do you agree with everything that she says?
No, not everything.
So that's
I'm actually starting to learn more about some shit I ain't give a fuck about, honestly, and I guess I should, like the border.
Yeah.
Like I learned a lot about that shit just because everybody on her ass about it, and I'm realizing like, oh shit, we really ain't been, doing what the fuck we need to do with that. Yeah. So, but not everything, but little shit like that, I'm still learning about.
Yeah. The thing about the border is like, in my mind, is like, especially in the industry I work, like everybody wants them to be there to work. So they like we send out these E-Verify. You got to verify that everybody that works for you is legal.
Legit, yeah.
Of course, I don't know how them things come out, but I get them.
They don't.
But everybody that come out on site is getting the work done for pennies on the dollar. But you're telling me you don't want them. But you don't never talk about this is how our infrastructure is sustained. Just like slaves is the same thing, but it's not the same thing. But similar concept. But now all we want to talk about is the murder that the ones that get promoted out into the world are doing. Honestly, compare that to the murder that's happening from house to house in America. It's probably pretty similar.
It's a lot lower, actually.
So from what I heard, statistically, that Mexicans aren't even the main people coming over illegally.
It's a lot of people from
Asians or some shit, ain't it?
I
think
Central, South America, and a lot of people from Middle Eastern countries who are going into Mexico and then coming across.
It ain't even the Mexicans who, like, the biggest population that's coming over. So
why is that the biggest issue?
Because it's because of where they're crossing. So it's just like if we cross from the U.S. into Canada, they'll just be like, "Oh, it's Americans." You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying it's people who came through, people who were in America that's crossing the border. Yeah. It's Americans. So it's just like with that, like, and because they're not taking the time to have any type of conversation with any of these people, they just like, they Mexican. These people like, man, I'm from Guatemala. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know. They don't care. Like, why? Why would I care? Why should I care?
Yeah.
That's more of how they're looking at it. But
I say my thought is just like, it's kind of counteractive. It's like, you want these people to do these jobs that you don't want to do, but now you don't want them to be here.
So that was the whole state of Florida at one point.
Yeah.
They was like, we got to get all these Hispanics out of the country, out of our state because they're illegal. Blah 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 blah. And then they was like,
according to Google, it still say Mexico, but I just heard last week that it was something different.
I imagine Mexico sees the most traffic because it's the closest thing to have access, and Canadians not moving down here like that.
Right? No, they could care less. Nobody want to come down. But my bad. But like
India right behind them. Okay.
Yeah. So they like, we don't want them here. They got to get out of here. India. And if we pull up on you and you don't got your green card, we're gonna ship you back to your country, right? So all the Hispanics that disappeared, the crops weren't being picked. Stuff was dying on the ground, dying on the vine.
Buildings not getting built.
Houses had the houses had stopped being built. All kinds of shit, bro. So like, then they were talking about how much they would have to pay somebody to do the jobs that these people were doing for, like you said, pennies on the dollar, right? They was like, to pick oranges, you would be looking at $30 to $35 an hour to get. And these are their words, to get a white man to go out there and do the same job. And they was like, this dude was like out there trying to show how he would pick them.
Yeah.
And then how they showed a video of how them people was picking them. Like they was like, it was like, bruh, it almost looked like a circus. Like they was juggling with each other type shit, right? And then you see this dude, he like,
trying to stall for time. I just need to be out here for my time,
bruh. And then he was like, my back is hurting. So So it's like you said.
Look at McDonald's. $15 an hour. We got to get the minimum wage for them. $15 an hour. Man, I guarantee you, them people that work backbreaking work on my job that support the foundation of what we are as an industry. $10 an hour, they are excited about it.
Your job fucked up.
I'm not in the place to change it, but hey, that's how it's supported. And to me, I'm like, you battling yourself because you know all the people up here making all this money, you know where it's made from.
Yeah.
And ain't nobody at their house training their kid to
and they can't really complain about it because
and they know that.
What you gonna do?
You're not gonna complain about $10 an hour.
You ain't supposed to be here.
Yeah, so exactly.
So we ain't gonna give y'all a whole episode of this, but
we did.
Nah.
What's your important message to the people going into this?
Vote. No matter who you vote for, like Byron said, you said a lot of good shit, but most importantly, vote for somebody who has an equal value to what you're looking for or what you want to see in America in the future or the next 4 years. So that would be my thing.
What about you, brother?
I don't know if I can say equal because I'm not going to agree on everything that somebody brings up, but I will say vote for the lesser evil to your life. Like whatever is less contradictory to the life that you want within you and around you, make that decision and vote, man. It's an important right to have. It is as small a voice as you might think it is. It's still the biggest voice you'll ever have. So vote.
Yeah, I'm literally just saying the same thing. Vote. Just vote, man, because people who loved you worked so hard to get this for you.
People that didn't even know you was gonna be here.
People like when I was growing up, my mom used to be like, man, your grandma was praying for you before you even got here. Like, vote for them people who was doing stuff for you before you got here.
Yeah.
Like getting shot with water hoses, dogs let go on them, paying to vote when they couldn't even feed their families.
Shit, hung from a tree.
Man, set on fire. Like we always assume, I ain't gonna get in too deep into this, but we always assumed that hanging was the worst thing. It wasn't. They did a whole lot of stuff to black people. Whole lot worse. But just go do
motherfucker apart with 2 horses.
Exactly. In Mobile, then.
Tarred and feathered. Like that. Like
bro,
that's some shit.
For real. Go vote. Yeah. Go vote because somebody else really went a lot of, not just somebody, a lot of people went through a lot to get this for you. So go vote.
And don't complain if something don't go your way.
Yeah,
if you didn't get out there
and vote. Long.
No, if you didn't get out there and vote, don't complain about the outcome.
Yeah. Agreed.
Shut the fuck up. Sorry.
Hey, but that's it. That's what we got. We ain't got no question of the day on this one. We ain't got nothing. Man. We just want y'all to go vote.
Yeah, it's that important.
Absolutely. And if you hit the bell, you got this. All right. So, as always, we love you. We appreciate you.
All love, baby.
Every line that I